Oh, I am Brian Downs. It's March 21st, about 9:10 in the morning. I'm in Orlando, Florida. This is a republic if you can keep it. This video is another entry on the topic of Donald Trump's exceptionalism. How he is extraordinary. I often like to imagine Donald Trump as a person, someone who lives in my city or my neighborhood. A wealthy man. He's certainly amassed some dollars. And then he comes to my house, and perhaps I invited him, maybe I didn't. He spray paints the word asshole on the front of my house. Then he comes in without being invited, flings insults and abuse at myself and my guests, helps himself to the contents of my refrigerator, and then pisses in the crisper drawer. I would remember and wish to reply to each one of these outrages. Any one of these steps would have me certainly cutting Mr. Trump off. I would never speak to him again. I would never invite him to my house again. Any one of these steps would cause me to contact the police to come and remove him from my house. Any one of these steps would cause me, in fact, to confront the man in my very own house and say, you need to think twice, or you and I are going to have a personal problem. That's how I would behave if Donald Trump were my neighbor and committed this string of insults and outrages and crimes to me personally. But somehow, many people, Donald Trump's supporters clearly, watch this parade of crime and outrage and con artistry. Watch Donald Trump and his family stuffing their pockets with the power of the presidency, Donald Trump's cryptocurrency scams, and the fact that the Trump organization was proved in court to be nothing but a racket. The ongoing conflagration of the Epstein files, that Trump was for many years best friends with a man who is sexually assaulting teenagers on an assembly line. And obviously Trump and his cronies and minions have struggled mightily to keep as much of the information that is in government hands, the Epstein files that were gathered during the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein, that information is in the hands of the government, and Trump has worked very, very hard to make sure that we see almost none of it. Why? Because he's in it, obviously. That is beyond all dispute. This ridiculous cavalcade of unbelievable behavior that if I were to write a novel or a film that included a politician who was the mayor of Dead Man in the Creek, small town, no one would believe it. I would have to market it as parody, and still people would say, it's a step too far. But this behavior, many people just poo-poo. Oh no, doesn't matter. Any one of these scandals would have ended the career of, name any president, any mayor in American history. But Donald Trump spits them out so fast and so hard. This is a deliberate strategy, I guess, that people just can't keep up, or don't wish to keep up, or worst of all, decide that each one of these scandals is a big old lie. None of it's true. To which I say, really, armies of judges and jurors and journalists and investigators tell you Donald Trump is guilty of this and guilty of that. He's been convicted in court many times of crimes of deception and fraud. But all of that's made up. Every lawyer, every judge, every journalist is simply lying to you. And well, where did you get this idea that they're lying? Oh, the reply comes, Donald Trump told me they were lying. Clearly, that's the guy we should believe. Again, let's imagine Donald Trump as a smaller character, a person who walks into your small business and applies for a job that pays $70,000 a year and says, oh, well, about me, yes, I have many felony convictions on my record for falsifying business records, many convictions on my record, myself and organizations I controlled convicted, shown in court to be fraud factories. But hey, what you need to understand is, oh wait, what's that? Oh, the teenage girls who I had sex with, the porn star I paid for her silence so that I could pursue my political career. Oh, no, none of that happened. None of that's true. What if half of it's true? What if half of it's true? If half of it's true, then this man shouldn't be trusted with the Happy Meal order. So all you have to do is believe that none of it's true. All you have to do is let one towering scandal after another involving abuse of presidential power, resulting in deaths of American citizens on the streets of Wisconsin, deaths of other people elsewhere, in military operations that are at best badly considered, if not outright illegal. All you have to do is ignore all that and say, well, you know, what are you going to do, I guess? Well, I don't know. We could call the police. We could take steps to have this person put in prison. We could certainly take him out of any position of public power or trust. That's what I would do with the example earlier of the man who spray painted my house and then pissed in my crisper drawer. Why don't we do that with Donald Trump? He is not an exception. And yet, he has dazzled so many of us with the glitter bomb light show of his awfulness. We should not forget any of it. We should not forgive any of it. We should remember, and we should pursue.